Kublai pi borok pan gipiang sobha syakani program ka bakerpang ka jongi ka Green Echoes. Hakaba ka jing persang jongi kalong banyo ban pentip syapi gi pajba badru banyo ban pathai syapi gi pajba habaide bat kamat jong kamai mariang. Bangi im hagani sngi gi ya hakaba kamai mariang ka jongi kamat ka jing ya ka bakrau ba. Kata kalong halor ka jing syak penjulor ka bat kumjoru ka jing kta ya kamai mariang hagi babon balang. Lagadai ka jing syak kta jongi lum gi wa la ka jing syak kta ha ki benta ke baper jong ki dieng ki sit bat kum ju ka jing sapriang jong ka jabok jaban ka bangila ban i keleng sodong ti lengba ka ni ka program ko jong ngi kwa banyo ban pathai sapi banyo ban pentip sapi banyo ban pen sapriang ya kata ka awareness lane ka jing tip lem habai dei bat kum no ngin la ban yada ya ka me mariang bat kai kata ka jing ba khli ni kum ginong snong bat kum ka imlang salang hi barok away ngidon ya ka benta barok lang kum joru lengba ka ni ka program ko jong ngi thu banyo ban peni sapi ru ya ka jing no senyang pat jong ki benta ki baper habai dei bat ki lar ki lenti banyo banyada ya ka mai mariang kata kalong laga dei na ki kamram jong ki seng balang ki baper laga dei na ka jing no senyang jong ki dorbar snong ki baper bat kumju ki tnat sarkar ki badon ki baper bat khamtam ka jing no senyang jong ki riu shimetru habai dei bat kumno bangila banyada ya ka mai mariang ya ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board la thau da sarkar Meghalaya haka khandriu tarik unopra khatkandaispa prapulai hapok ka an prevention and control of pollution jongka snem khatkandaispa nyopusau haba ka an jongkal air prevention and control of pollution jongka snem khatkandaispa prapuai kala trekam ka board kala shimti ru ya ka jingkit kli ban puntrekam ya ka nika an house nem khatkandaispa prapupra lapun kala kerteng ya ka nika board kum ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board Yaki kam jongka labatai haka benta khatnyo jong boro ar ki an jongka jing yada ba jing penyaj ya ka jing jabo khatkhandai spa nyu pusaw pat ka an jongkal air jing yada ba jing penyaj ya ka jing jabo khatkhandai spa prapowe Ki State Pollution Control Board bakunthop ya ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board ha India ki hap apok katnat kamariang klau bat kachingkala kamariang MOEFCC kani katnat ka aya ka policy bapura bat kajing betha na ka benta bante lakam ya ka jingjabo bat banyada ya kamariang katba ki SPCB ki pentrikam ya kini ki policy haki kardan jongka jilla Shwa mangin sedang ikan episode ngaku apan buat gue kajing keliah mat jongi lang baro banginnya puson kata kalong hatu fitip mo bakai kata katanat jong ke sarkar jela baka don kaba don ni kajing ba kli ban petngor badru banlong kata banla bantek lakam ya kajing penjulor jong kamai mariang ladang ikren syapang kajing jaklia jong kal air ladang ikren syapang kajing jabo jaban jong ki wa ki skol ki jongi ladang kadai syapang kajing sapriang jong ka jabo jaban ka badan keleng saudong ka jongi Lagadei kamat habai dei bat kajing ki jong ki mar khando hakeleng bat kajing kta ya kamai mariang hatu dei kano kata katnat sarkar jong ka jilla Meghalaya kabadon ya kajing ba khli ban pet ngor halor kania kata kalong ka bangin ya kren mentagas ngi baru ban peni je philang pajba ban tip ba ka kata katnat sarkar kabatri kam halor kania bat kata katnat kalong ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board tiak ni ka program mentagas ngi ngini yo ban pet penia ban suthu ya ka kamram jong kanika tanat sarkar bat hatu kumno gitrekam bat ke kita kimat ba kanika tanat ka shimkhia banyo ban petngor banyo ban telakam bat kumjoru tengkat bakin ujor badru ban shim ya ka an badru ban le kat kum ki an bat ki kendon ki badon hapo ka an banyo ban telakam ya ka jing penjulor jong kamai mariang te ali lengba kanika episode ngin ya pet benya ka kamram bat karukom trekam jong ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board State Pollution Control Board SPCBs ha India kilong ki badon kam ban pentrekam ki an jong kamariang kajing yada ya ka kot ka kya jong ki pajba bat kajing putikna ya ka jing roy ka bane ki penbej ya ki karkhana ban penduna ya ka jingkta ya ka mariang pejbanya ya ka air bat ka jinglong jong ka bat penya ya ka jing penko ya ki jabo ki SPCB ki don ya ka benta ka bakongsan hakaban penne ya ka jinglong bajanai jong kamariang กับ Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board กระดอนขัดโยงงดกิดขอดบารอลัตรวาดกับสรการจิลลากัดกุมกับอ่าน Water Prevention and Control of Pollution ขัดขันไดสปาเนียโพสาวกันนี้กับคันทบโย Chairman Member Secretary สันงดกี Officer นักกิจนัดสรการจิลลาบะเพรสันงดกิน้องมีขมัดนักกิบอร์สัญชาร์ชนงอารงดกิดขอดนักกิ Company เนกิ Corporation บัดได้ทรายดากสรการบัดไลงดกิดขอดกิบอมเดย์กิบอร์สรการแต่กันนี้กับปอร์ต้องยินเป็ดปะเนี่ยบันสงทูยากรุกมตรีกรรมจาก Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board.
So basically we are implementing three major acts of the central government, namely the Water Act 1974, the Air Act 1981 and the Environment Protection Act 1986. So broadly, our major duties are defined under the section 17 of the Water Act and the Air Act. Under the Water Act, what is our primary duties? Our primary duties is to advise the government, as because we are an advisory body, we are also a regulatory body and statutory body at the same time. So our duty is to advise the government under the Water Act and the Air Act. Under the Water Act, we overall see into the monitoring of pollution control, abatement of the water, the rivers, the streams, or whatever may be the source of water. So to ensure it's not contaminated, or the contamination or whatever criteria are within permissible limit as stipulated by the Central Pollution Control Board. We work in tandem and with the Central Ministry of Environment through its CPCB, or we call it the Central Pollution Control Board. So we advise the governments on certain actions to be taken whereby the government acting upon the advice will issue the order from time to time. We also, under the Water Act, we monitor the effluent treatment plants, the sewage treatment plants installed by different factories within the state, so that whatever effluents or sewage being generated and is being released as per the norms and criteria which is as prescribed by the CPCB. We also conduct awareness from time to time to bring about awareness under the Water and the Air Act. Similarly, we have a similar function under the Air Act, whereby we advise the government and then we do our regular monitoring of the air. We also have a scheme under the Air Act related to air, which is we call as the National Air Monitoring Program. Under this program, we monitor the quality of air in different stations within the state, whereby we have manual stations as well as the continuous ambient air quality monitoring systems, which is real-time monitoring. So far, we have installed only in Polo area and our office premises within this Lumpangan. And the third one is due to be inaugurated shortly, which is located in Bernihat, Nong Chamai. And we have multiple stations across the state. And in the same parameters, we also have the national or the central scheme called as the National Water Monitoring Program. And we do monitors the quality of different streams and sources of water in the state, whereby we have this monthly data submitted to the concerned authority. And thirdly comes the quite a major act which is called as the Environment Protection Act 1986. Under this act, many of the rules have been framed under section 16. The rules are, so to say, like the solid waste management rules, the plastic management rules, the e-waste management rules, and we have the hazardous rules, biomedical waste rules, so on and so forth. So we have a number of rules under the EPA Act 1986. Under different rules, the board's duty is to ensure that all of these industries concerning with each waste under these rules are being monitored, and under this monitoring we issue them authorization which is renewable yearly. So under authorization, say like we have the healthcare facilities in the state, whereby we have both the government and the private sector, HCF they call in short form, healthcare facilities, whereby they are being brought under the ambient of the biomedical waste rules 2016, and so that there will be no haphazard disposal of biomedical waste generated at our waste facilities. We conduct a regular monitoring on this, and we do impose environmental compensation or in common term as a fine whenever we detect the faulty or the non-compliance committed by the healthcare facilities, and we have levied a number of environmental compensation. Under the solid waste, we monitor the day-to-day function of the ULBs or the urban local bodies, usually the municipals, the corporations and the cantonments, to ensure that waste is being collected, disposed as per the provision of the rules. That's why when I have said we are a regulatory body, we regulate and we monitor these activities performed by this second party. And we under the Air Act, we also carry out the vehicle testing, as you must be knowing of this. Vehicle testing, on an average, we have around quite a number of vehicles. On an average, we may have close to 100 vehicles, including two-wheelers and the four-wheelers being tested in our lab. So just for the public knowledge, I like to state that for the two-wheelers, we have a minimum charge of 60 rupees. And for motor car petrol, we have a charge of 120 rupees. And then we also have a charge for all diesel vehicles at the rate of 210 rupees. So when we comes to the branch and the body of the office, I would like to elaborate for the understanding of the general public that we have a hierarchy, so to say. We have the chairman at the top, then comes the member secretary, and then we have the engineering wing, which is implementing the legal and the engineering part with the Water Act, the Air Act, and then we have the legal branch or the law branch, which is dealing with the acts and rules and the filing of court cases. We have the scientific branch, which is manning the laboratory, and they are responsible for the water monitoring, air sampling, and so on. We also have the laboratories whereby they conduct regular testing of water under the RRC, River Rejuvenation Committee. For most of the polluting industries, we have it is mandatory to register with the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board under the Air Act and the Water Act. Before you actually start the unit, you are supposed to apply for the consent to establish, or what they call common man may say pollution NOC. The consent to establish is being issued to a unit before it actually starts it or establish its unit. Thereafter, we will be giving some specific conditions and general conditions. After the unit has been established, then they will be applying for the CTO or the consent to operate, which is more like a license to operate. And then we will be screening on your compliance to the previous consent to establish already issued, and if found in compliance, then we issue the CTO or the consent to operate. This is applicable to most of the units, right from the restaurants, the resorts, and the hotels, and then the cement factories, the coke factories, the stone crushers, the mining sector, so on and so forth. That whenever you have the intention to start any of these activities, as mentioned earlier, please kindly do visit our office, and we are here to help you, as because we are public servants and we are ready to help any public. So do approach our office, and so that whatever the mandate of the board will not be fulfilled without actually the support of the public.
Ka laboratory jongi kala la itu da ka National Accreditation Board for Accreditation and Calibration Laboratories kat kum ka taka standard ka bangiong ka ISO International Standard Organization ka number shispa nyofo arfusan usnem arajar khanyo ti minta komni nga ko an batai piki ikikam kiba kani ka laboratory jong Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kalale adu kat kini kisngi ngi tes yaki haki prapusau teli ki jaka ki bangi ong aktin pareng sampling locations kini ki badan ha barok kawe ka state Meghalaya ka bangila ngila persang ban cover lut ya barok ki districts kani ka kentup ya ki arpusan teli kiwa bat hakita ki arpusan teli kiwa ngile ya kita ki sampling location haki henru punyo jaka nang tapade ngilale asau teli ki pung khalai teli ki bangi ong kini ki khendau lane ki groundwater di shushu ka kamjong ka laboratory ka longru bangin test yaki ki bami naki industries naki hospital naki restaurants naki hotel ter bat ngin khnang bangin tip bagi tuki bagi mi naki taki bang ong mentan ki ham ne em kat kata ka standards ka ba labu daka central government lani daka state board ngi test ru yaki bat yaki wa ki badan saudong yaki di ki jaka ten yut jengi kat adu mentangi la test ki 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 badan nang tai ka jaka ten yut jengi ka badan mauyong ka badan hapo hajan kani ka wa men tu hajuai bat ka badan hapo turah ru kumju di bunsien ru ngi ha ban test ki keleng ladami kanu ka order naka NGT kumba pila jios ngau bunsien hi ki ka NGT order ka chai mi na ka benta kini ki badan ki parduyong na ka benta ka ni ka jing ti mau ti kendau bat kiwi pat ki jing jabo di ni test ru ya ki ki bon ra ni kiwi pat ki departments kamtam e na ka PhD department marka PhD ka le ya ka bam di bunsien ni ki ki wan ra sha ka ni ka laboratory jingi ban test tingi yarap ru kidan ki patba kamtam le kini por fi imo bon ki patba kila yati ya kini ki ni ongkan ki apo kendau ti shua bakin penden kami ki kamtam mereka menta ka bam di ki kwa ban check ban test kalong ni em komta ki pha ya kita ru syakan ni ka laboratory jongi ni sai test ru ya ki kiwa ke jilong ki kiwa hadien ba gi la de bread ya ki ki blay mo kamtam ya ka por puja kada du mentangi la de tes ya ka jong ka wa kra ka bak bread ki blay joki hadien pade ya hapo ka mentu bad hapo ka kanal ruba ka badan hapo dura tingi tes ru ya ki ya ka jinglong ka jingman jong ka leer kada du mentangi don hadu live UR teli kita ki monitoring stations kita ki jaka ki bangi test kita ru ki don ha keleng jongka state ke jongi ti ya kita ngi saja ki don live UR stations ya kata ngi saja ha ban test akashi tayo ngi test RCNC tayo kemud 24 hours ti mentaru kani ka Pollution Control Board jongka Meghalaya kalau bu ya kita ki bangi khot kita ki continuous ambient air quality monitoring stations but kita ki trekam arfusau kenta baro shitayo but hadu mentangi don kita ki stations kawai ke deh ni apo state board but kawai pade ke deh apo JN stadium kabadan apollo but kawai ru kabangila sedang banbu kabangi kelempat penyat kata kadan apo bernihat but shen ngin sa penyat ya kataru tinggi li test ru ya kini ki karkhana ya kitu gitu dem ki bami na ki karkhana habaro ki karkhana ki badan hakni ka state ke jongi hakapor diwali namar si dan mo ba ka jing pen bethai bom bat ki pat ki jing ki bala ban pen jabo ya kamariang kamtam ya kapor diwali lan di Christmas lan di New Year ya ki kita ki por ru gi ban test ya ka leer bat ya ka jing sawah ti ngi test ru ya kale er hakita ki jaka ki bangala de ong kumenne kumi ko haki jaka thenyot ti hadu menta ngi don ru kawai ka kata ka station ka bangi test kali hang ni ka office ka jongi ti ka lab jongi ru ka dei ka bala ngila yo ya kata ka license for occupational health and safety management system certification but ya kata la ayangi da ka bureau of Indian standards. Di dakajing test jungi ya ka shua kembangan ongi pimene prapusau stations. Na kitu ki prapusau stations ka kata kamut ki data ki bangi yo ngi pasha CPCB. Di day lembah kitu ki data ki bangi pasha po CPCB ba ya ki nyau teli ki wa hang ni hapo kanika state ka jongi la itu eki kum ki ba jabo kidon la kejong ka kerdan mo kum ka kra bat ka sirpi kila ong kum kata ka polluted river stretch priority 1 kemut ki bala jabo ba nang ta pade ngidon sa ka menjedu river ka bade ha ka priority 4 nang ta pade ngidon ka lukha river ru ka badona po East Giant Hill nang ta ngidon ka wa nan ba river ka badon ha Nongstein bad ka Trail river ka badon ha Berniha hat kita ki ha ka priority 5 kemut ki de ki ba kamduna ka jingjabo ti naka jinglap ya kata ka jingjabo ngi haban shna ya kata ka action plan bat ya kani ka action plan ngilale omtang naka pollution control board nre na kibun ki department bat ka ba khamba khlidu na kita barok ka dei naka urban department kentup lang ru ya ka forest department ya ka water resources ya ka industries ti ada bang apa ka leer ti kumbang lad bang pi ki data ki bangi ngiyo bun sien ngi pha chapo ka Central Pollution Control Board ti halor jong kitu ki data kani ka Central Pollution Control Board kala itu ya ketika bernihat kum kata ka non attainment city kamut kam kabambiang kin kata ka jing longjing man jong kaler ti halor kata ti ni ka Central Pollution Control Board ru rengkat bat ka Ministry of Environment and Forest kila shna kata ka we ka program ka bakiong NCAP National Clean Air Program kemudian kata ka National Clean Air Program kibun ba kita ki action kiba haban shim da ki department baper ti ka bakentop ya ka industries ka bakentop ya ka PWD ya ka urban bat kiwe but kanu ka action ba kita ki department kishim ngi upload ha kata ka prana portal ke jong ka CPCB bar kata ka prana portal ngi pin ilut ya ki action ki ba ki la shim kita ki department kala ban de ha kaliang ka surok kala ban long ha kaliang ka tung ki dieng ki sit kala ban long ha ka jing pin mi ha ka jing buon ki stations na ka office jungi bat kiwe la dadan kino ki ba POE ki tedem ki ba mi na ki kita ke bang ong menek industries dan di kini ki jaka ba sat kali ba airong kali bun sien phila ban wan complain bat ka pollution control board ka long ka bala kloy ban ni test bat halor ka jing syam kan sa aya ki order ki ba ya habat kita ka ladadon kanu ka jing sawaru ladadon ki ba wan complain ngiru ngi kloy ban ni test bat kumju kembali ka umbat ka yu ya ka jing syam jungi nginsa shim action kat kumbadai ka rules
ka kam ka jungi ka long ban regulate ya kini ki industries ki baseng hang ni hapo ka jala ka jungi kini ki industries kamut nadu ki karkhana ki ba kentup ka hotels inang ta ki restaurants nata kini ki bagi dan kini cement plants ki karkhana ordnar ki karkhana ki ba kumnum no ki bami ya kala air tedem lane ko umjobo ka napo ka jing seng jo gini ki karkhana te haba kini ki lawan ban apply na ko office jongi ka ba dong kam long bangin batai bania ya ke ei be ki dei ban le kam tam ban pun khoj ya kal air shubu ka don kal air ka ba mi nang tu ka karkhana ka air tedem bangin batai ke teknologi ke ei ba ki don ban pun khoj ya ka itu ki air tedem bat ke dei ban long kat kum ka standards ka balabu na po ka Central Pollution Control Board te ka juru ka imply ya gini ki industries ki bapen mi ki umjabo ha ka ba ki di banbu kum ki filter ki effluent treatment plant dan ki sewage treatment plant aba ya ka tu ka jabo on pun khoj de gini ki treatment plant sha ban pelat pat sha ka mariang ka jongi but kini ru ki don ki standards ki blabu napo nadu ka Central Pollution Control Board ka ba kim dei ban tam ya kita Tiga baru anda kini ki karkhana kila seng ya ki kila yo ka permission ke bagi ai kum ke bagi hot kum ke consent to establish what ke consent to operate de nang tu pat ni dan saka monitoring mechanism ha ba ni inspect ni monitor balada kini ki industries lan kini nu karkhana kila snai kat kum ke jing batha jo kat kum ka office ke jongi ban ni ju test ru ya ki air ki bami na ka ki atas kana ki jongki ni test ru ya ki ki bami na ki tu ki treatment plants ki jongki ban anda ngi lap ba kim comply ya kitu ki standards ki balabo ni dan kunai ki habangi issue ki directions kabar ni issue ki kum ki show cause notice palada kim comply hadu kata haru ni issue kum ka closure notice ban phak hang dam sanan ya kitu ki industries ki balik bian bat ki bapalat penjabo ikili ertdem bat ki jabo siapa ke mariang kejongi te kadon ru bagi hot mantai kata polluter pay principle ba ni ong ru environmental compensation ha ka bagi ni industry nadu ka singi bagi lap pollute but hadu makin da comply katu idan kunai ki te gidon gi industries bla bon ba hapo Meghalaya jungi ba kila syadan kula daki pau hajar hadu diki pau kurur ru te kaniru kalong kawai ka ba kala pentek lakam ha ya kini ki industries ba kilong ban perking ya garukom trekam ke jongki ba khamtam namar ba ke ai bakile kanlong bet namta banyadai kamariang bat kanum khtaru ya ka economy jongkari ke jongi te hakaba kini gidan gi industry su ki ba penmi ki hot kan ka hazardous waste te ya ni ru ngi regulate ban gi bataya kiru ba kumno ban bread iki kumno ban dispose iki ban shano bade ban bread iki te ka kabadang kamru bagi khot ke di bagi ni ai ki ka authorization kabadang bala notify bobon jong rules jong ka sarkar India hang ni ru ka bon subatai phi ba ki hazardous waste ki ba bondo ki ba mi hapo ka jela ka jungi kedika use oil bagi khot kini ki mobil kali ki ba mi napo ki karkhana kali te kini ru ni ai authorization kini ki industries ki ba penmi kini ban ngi batai ki ba kinet ban bo kumno ban bo iki bat sadan bat ki bre ki bawan ban shim man ra pa chegi recycling facilities ki bodan shabar ka jela ka jungi kini ki awareness ru la pelong habubon ki jaka keleng saudang ka Meghalaya kawai ka ba balong latest ru bangi pelong kalong hapo juai bangi inaugurate kawai ba bala fund lagi ka office of Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kada material resource facility ha ka ba niate lang bat ka North East Adventist University ya ki ka jobo ka bami na po ka university ka jongki kalong makin bu kata ka center bat ginile kat bala ban segregate bat kitiar ki bala ban pendong kambiang bat bala ban dia biang saka market kila ban la segregate kata facility bat kitiar ba ba ki jobo ki bamla syu ban bala ban bread ne bala ban pendong kam on ai padsha ka municipal board ban bread iki kani kalong kawai ka step ngile ban penduna ya ka jing bread jongi unyut ujongi siapa ki jaka bread nyut bagi hot mega disposal lane ki landfill sites kumba pi mata haga jela ka jongi ngiduna ngim don ya kata ka proper sanitary landfill ngidan tang kawai hajwai gadon kawai hatura gadon kawai ba ngi bread lut ikinyut ki jongi ha kita ki disposal facility jongka sarkar te gani jing seng ke jongi ring ba gani material resource facility hapo juai long kawai ke senjam long bangin penduna ki jabo bami ni yang jongi ngin pen segregate ki ban ngin pendongkam yang kat ki waste bangila ban pendongkam bat ini bangi khot bangi ong kum ka recycling reuse ban reduce ya ki waste ki jongi kejingdan juga ke office jungi hapo Shillong but amdan pat chiwi district ka kabo kejing bhai ngi habangi yo iki complain lingba ki nunu ki industry lani gini karkhana ki la pala ki jabo jongki ki tedam ki jongki lani ki jabo jongki te don ki por bangi yo bandai kum hadu la shining la yo receive ko complain but don ki por ngi receive ko complain menta bat kadi ka complain ka bala jana tu macam tiau te kini gajing bomdan jong office gajongi hagi bon ki district jong jela jongi ka bo gajing bhai ngi ki officers ban banya ai kata gajing banong perking haka kam ba ngitrei hagi ni cement plans baro ngila bu kita ki online census haga ba ngila ban real time ngila ban check kanu katadem ka bami naki baladan ganunu ka violation ka ba exceed ka standards ka ba ngila bu ngila ban check naka system ka jongi ngiyo ki alerts banang ni ngiru ngila ban ai ki directions ki yaki ba ki dei ban control ya emissions ka bami na po ki otos kana jongki ka baaru haporu covid dan ko covid ni develop ya ka app ka ba ya kini ka biomedical waste covid waste kamtam ni la pen install habo ki baro kini ki hospitals panang ni kini ki waste ki generate ni la ban track online ni ki katno kami bat Shanu Galet, bat Kaniru Kalalong happening at Trailang Batka, Shillong Municipal Board Ru, Tura Municipal Board Ru, Batka, Juwai Municipal Board, Hang Niru Along, Kawai Ganiga success ba, Yo COVID base Hatupon Gila ban track, but Kanu ka waste kami. Tiga balai galong ba ngila menta keleng ka jela jungiru ngila install gani continuous ambient air monitoring station. Haga ba ngitip kanu ka jinglong juman jongkal air bangiring mensem. Te kaniru ngila ban track lingba ki apps bangila install ban ngila ban page online kanu kini ki readings kilong. Kawai ru kwa ban ong hang niru ba ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kani na kawai nagi state boards hapo India. Kabala pen perking susu ya ki standards ki bami na po pang ki tedem ki bami ni ki otos kana hak ba menshwai gini ki thermal power plants ki standards yo ki gadi 300 to 500 gadi kata di measurement gadi ban ba ki la ban penmi na po ki otos kana ki tedem henry how arja shipo na galiang ka office ki jongi but gini ki otos kana ru ki bami na po ki cement plant ilawan ra ki standards yo ki hadu sanpo milligram per nanometer cube Day gawai ke state board ke bah ningkong hapo India ban change ya kani ka standard. Ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kadon ka gawai ke baki khot ka vehicular emission testing center ni pok office ke jongi ngidon ru hapo tura. Te gani bangi le gani ka vehicular emission testing jongi hangni ka office ke jongi kalong kadi voluntary work kadi ba ngilayo ru ka permission hapo ka transport department. Ka mandate jong ban test ka kali Bon bahangi syak kono ba pollution kam le ka office of Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board kam check ki kali de kumachu pentip bahang ni ba kat kum ka motor vehicle rules ka mandate ban check ki kali bami tedam ka de ka transport department mata ni bon bahagi rules ki bami hapo ka jel ka kari ba ki jongi bangi bon bangi tip ru ka plastic waste management rules of 2023 Hazardous Waste Rules of 2016, Construction and Demolition Rules of 2016, E-Waste Management Rules of 2022. But kum ta ter ya kini gi rules la penmi ya ka hapo ka jongka Environmental Protection Act of 1986. Kini rules la penmi kum ba shibanta ba bangi gi pajba ini bentip ka benta ka jongi ka sarkar ka di bentip ya ka benta ka jongka but ya ki industry su ki di bentip ki benta ka jongka but kum ta ter ba ya kini duties ki responsibilities jongi la batai lut ha kini ki rules te gawai ba ngin syam balong common do ha kini ki rules kadai ba ngin om penjabo te don ginu inu gi samla ki bala pas bat ki bodon ni ka idea ne kumno ban convert ki waste ki jongi sha mangila ban penongkam ki waste to energy ani waste to wealth ba ki yat ba manta you don't know idea ka office jungi ka welcome ka play nam ta jong pi ki ideas ki jong pi khnang ba ngin yo ban ya trei lang bat pi ki pa ba bat pi hi samla bat pi belong ka lawai jong kan ni ka jela jungi ha ka ba kumno ngila ban penduna kumno ngila ban pun khoj kumno ngila ban ai ka babhatam nam ta ka mariang saudong saukun jungi
ki bunsian ni ka jing jabo jong ki ki wa ka de ka jing le jong nga jong pi ki pa ba baro ka jing bret pathar ya ki nyut ya ki nyer sha sha surok kitang nama ka de ka jing mlien jongi tang la kho ya yeng ngi la biang ya ka ka ba ngi lum na yeng ngi bret selenti sha selentien ngi bret sha surok ti to ngin long ki ba adkar ngin lum na mar mentah habun ki snong ti la bu ya ki trok ki ban kit nyut ngin persang ban lum gitu ba ngin bret ha kita ki trok ba lada kalong kabala ya ki ni ki nyut ki bangi ong ki nyut biodegradable kamut ki nyut ki ba pot kum ki snap so ki snap jor ki snap kum ta teter ki ba pot ngin lum ha ki yeng ki sem la jong in thep ki kliu khnang ba ki to ba dengin la ban pen kelas bo na ka banta bangin tung ya ki jing tung ba ya ki sentiu ki skuat ti ha ka liang jong ka le er pa de ngi ru ngi la ngi dan ka banta ka bakong san male ha ka bangin penduna ya ke jing penden kam ya kakali lada ngilet hajan tingin persang ban ya ta kakjat kanang baka jing penbi katadem kan penduna bad ngin lada kamtam ye ki kun ki ting ni kai mo lada ngili skul tang hajan ngin persang kin ki bangin ong ban ya ta kakjat kataru kan penduna ya ke jabo jong keler ngin penduna ru ya ke jing thang ya ki nyut kinyer mar kajing tangi kinyaru kalong kawai na kidaw ba penjabo ya ka leer ti hakaliang jong kanika jing pensawa pade tingin persang ban penduna ya kajing penenkam ya kihon bad kumjuru bangin don mo ki kali ki bang i adu menta mende ki babu ya ki jing pensawa ki ba sawa ki ba ngokelut tingin penduna ya kajing penenkam ya kita namar kadi kajing ngim sautu mo kani kajing mi na kani ka katakan noise pollution nem kakta ba ya kajing long kajing man kamtam ki papang kamtam ya ki rutemen bad iki kelong ki kena
sunu kani ka residential area daytime kadang laga jong ga imu nyo ki ai 55 dB iki LEQ
Tegato ila poi jaga benta bakut jong kani ka episode jong ka Green Echoes hakaba ila wan ban Peni Shapi Baro, ia kata ka jingtrekam, jong kani ka tanat sarkar ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board. But let's say, lembang kani ka program ka jongi pila ayo bantip kamshai. But company halor ka jingtrekam jong kani ka tanat sarkar. But kumno ba lembang ka jing no senyang ka jongki kilala ban long ki ba perking. Baru ban wanra ya ki an ki ba per ban yo bantek lakam ya ka jing pensha julor jong ka mai mariang habe day bat ka umbam umdi habe day bat ki wa ki skut bat kumju ki lum ki wa ki badon keleng sodong ha karukom ti jongki mau khundau ki ba per bat kum joru ban yo bante lagam ya ka jing penja khlia bat penjabo ya kal air te kum ta lengbang ni ka program jungi ka jing thmu ka long ban yo ban pensung thu pai bai phi baro chapang ka jing trei jong ka ni ka tanat jong ka sarkar Meghalaya ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board ka badon kam ka long yang ilang baro bangin no senyang lang rengkat bat ka ni ka tanat sarkar bangin la ban wanra ya kata ka babhatam bat kalat kalenti kumno ban wanra ya ka jing kala bat banyo banyada ya ka mai mariang batru ban pennet pensa ya ka khoi ka suba timanga Nicholas J Kharnami rengkat baka tim jong ka Didi Meghalaya ngi ai kublei phi paro ikarpat phi ban nang ai kershan ngi daga ba phi like subscribe bat follow ya ka YouTube channel ka jongi bat kum joru ba pen pasha jengmut lem hato ki ei mo kita ki mat ka ba phi kwa bangi in pensngau bat peni batru ban yo ban wat penia ya ki daw batru ban wat kilat kelenti kumno bangila banya trailang ban wanra ya ka jingkela batru ban wanra ka jingyada nak benta ka mai mariang kenmau ka jingkela habai dei bat ka mariang kan hap sedang shwa nengkong napi bat nanga bat dei lengba ka jingya trailang jongi hi bangin la banya trai borba banyo banyada ya ka mai mariang ka jongi kublai shibon